Alright, so this is my first video about my firewood business and our wood lot and wood yard and all of our wood. So this is my firewood wrapper. So we usually had a wrap here that you put on, and then you put your firewood. I usually make it to about here, which is about like 8 by 8. And then you put your wood and you start your wrap, and then you turn it, and I turn it about 4 or 5 times. Then you just take your knife, do it, and cut it. And to count them easier, I got a spray paint. That's why that's all red. So I spray paint a dot on the wood to make it easier to count it when it's up at my wood stand. So next, I'm going to show you a wood pile that we got. So I split this up I think it was last weekend, and this has some ash and cherry in it. So this will all go for firewood, for my firewood business next year, but I'm going to let it season over these next half a year until my firewood business starts back up in the summer. And then over here, my dad and I also split up some more cherry. We had a couple logs of birch and some more ash. So that's that. Then I found a bunch of these little random logs down at our other wood pile that we have that I was going to split up for probably our own campfire during the summer or whenever we get to use them. So I've seen a lot of other firewood YouTubers that use these crates, the IBC tote crates where you just take the plastic out. So we started off with this one, and we took it and we filled it full of birch. So this will season up next year either for our own firewood or my firewood business. And then in this tote we put chicken wire on it so that the wood wouldn't fall out. And this has pine and birch in it, so hopefully that pine will be good for our firewood for our own campfire next year. So my dad brings home lots of totes, which is good because that way we have more storage for firewood. So he got 3 more from one of his friends at work. And so these ones have a lot smaller of holes, that way the firewood hopefully won't fall out as much. And this one's got pretty big holes, and this one's the same size with bigger holes in it. So we'll fill them up with all the firewood that we get to season and dry out for next year's firewood business sales. So this is my camp wood station. I have it down now back at our house because I am done with the firewood season this year, but next year I will put it back uptown where I live, and then I fill the bottom part full of wood, and can usually get about probably anywhere from 17 to 20 bundles. And then I charge $2.50 a bundle for my campfire wood, and when you pay, you just put it in the money box, and then when I want to get the money out, I just open it and look in there and get it. We got this money box, was from Harbor Freight. I think it was it was an ammo box that we had got, and cut a little hole in it so that you can slip your money in. So this is our other wood yard, or wood lot, where we stack our firewood and crates or on pallets and stuff. So I think this was a couple weeks ago, I split up a bunch of this cherry, which is really good, really good cherry that'll go for my campfire wood business next year. That'll season out over these next couple months. And then this is the original crate that I had the cherry in, and then I transferred it over to this wood fire rack that I made. And then this crate is full of poplar, because there's a lot of poplar in our woods that we live on. So I like poplar. I don't know, it's just my thing. And we got this other big stack of cherry that we got from one of our big cherry trees that was next to our house that was dead. And this poplar came from, I don't know if you can see it, but we got a stack of poplar logs over there. I'll go show you that in a second. And then these 3 rows right here, which are all ash, are for my grandma because she heats her house with wood, so these 3 stacks are dedicated to her. And then there's another log trailer over there that we got filled for her heat wood too. I'm just coming up on this poplar stack that I was just talking about. So I think about in like the beginning or middle of June, we had a storm come through that took down a bunch of poplar trees. So we took them and we stacked them all here. So there's 1, 2, 3. There's like 5 or 6 poplar logs here. So I'll split these up and probably either stack them or put them on a crate like I have them over there. That way they can dry out and I'll sell them for next year's firewood. And then that second stack of cherry that I was talking about, that big tree that was back next to our house, this is the stump that was off of it. And that's a pretty good sized stump right there. My camera glitched out for a second, but this is a stump off of that cherry tree that I was talking about behind our house, and that's a big stump. I don't know if we'll chop this up or just let it sit here and who knows what. Maybe I'll make a bench out of it or something. And then that's my compost pile that I have from our chicken bedding and pig poop that we had last year, and leaves and just a bunch of random compost stuff. So that was my first video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll hopefully maybe be making more about my firewood business and the upcoming season. Thanks for watching.